Good morning from the Chateau de Colombe. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be extremely warm again, but we got up early and this is the harvest of the Quartet d'Alsace. So this is a very specific plum. It's the only harvest so far that we have gotten. And these are actually almost normal size. All the other plums that we had were the size of cherries. They were mostly pits, and the starlings and foxes ate all of them. I mean, this is ridiculous, but sharing with Mother Nature is not a bad idea. And this will be turned into a lovely jam now. And since that's inside, it's much more preferable, but we have lots to do anyways besides making jam. And let's go, Stuart.
Okay, let's go.
So we're done with pretty much most of the painting that needed to be done. The glossier parts and the flat parts and the extra flat. It's really, really cool. And I am ready to reinstall the hardware on the door from the bed and breakfast room or the big bedroom, which is the Louis bedroom, into the bathroom. What I've done is I stripped this completely down. We're not going to paint it black, because that's not done in the Chateau. We leave them in the iron, which is true for most rooms. We have some where it's still painted, but we have a lot of rooms where it was never painted. And I have to say that the biggest surprise for me on this was that the hardware was painted in dark hunter or forest green. Didn't expect that in this room. I mean, it's really weird. Anyway, so that of course gets us speculating of how would that have looked once upon a time. Anyways, I'm gonna just wipe this off one more time because it's oiled, so it doesn't rust. And then they go back up and we have a fully functioning door again. How about it? I love it. So here we are. The edges are sanded down, and when I'm saying sanded down, this has none of the wood in the Chateau has ever seen polyurethane, which is just covering the floor, right? So this was all wax and then buffed, which is quite dangerous. Trust me, because I slipped and fell a couple of times because it is. Yeah, I mean, it nurtures the wood, but it's not great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rent a sander. I'm going to sand this lightly, because what we don't want to do is lose all the character of the wood. I mean, it's almost 400-year-old wood. It's oak from the forest around here, so the trees were definitely cut down more than 400 years ago. And so I, with the hand sander, just sanded the entire edges of this off. So what that means, I actually just took the wax off. And only a hint of wood comes up with it, which is good. And with the machine, I'm going to do the rest. And then it is Gilboy's time. So I'm really excited to work again with Gilboy's product, because their hard wax oil is phenomenal. But I'm going to show you that next time. Well, one of the next times. Let's see when I get to do this. I don't even know if there is a sander available right now, because there might be other people doing this as well. Anyway, so that's it for today's sanding, and then let's go to the other things we still have to do. So I don't know if you remember that last year I did these doors. I filled all the cracks, and then I smoothed it out, I sanded them, I painted them, and because of the incredibly low humidity, everything cracked again. I mean, look at this. This is really bad. So I'm going to fill this all again and paint it tomorrow. Hurrah. Nothing like a Sisyphus task. Anyways, let me go. I need to go. Okay, I think we couldn't be any more pleased. This looks amazing, really amazing. And so we were very lucky that Rental Center had the sanders we needed. And so got them, and it went incredibly fast and smooth. Now, mind you, this floor has always only been waxed. No polyurethane that needed to be thoroughly sanded off to go get back to the floor. But I don't know, 200, 300 years of build-up of wax. That took its time too, but it's, so we started with a 40 on the diagonal to really get this old wax off, and on some areas, and it's almost like in the bathroom where there's no foot traffic, it was much thicker than anywhere else. So that came off. Then we did 120 grid. So again, the higher the number, the finer the grid. So that's much smoother, and then we went with the grain. And then we did the edges, again, hand sanding with a hand sander, I should say, so that where there was more built up, that's all gone. And I need to fix the hole in the ground here, so that cannot be permanent. I mean, it will be put in with screws, because John still needs access to that, because the room underneath here is the Grand Salon, and all the electrics on that wall where the fireplace is in the Grand Salon still needs to be rewired. There's basically half and half in the salon. Half is done, half isn't. Here everything is rewired, but so that I need to put in. So with screws you can easily take that out, so he has access to where he needs to work. So that is great. There might be a few tiny spots where we need to still go back, and that's with different lights. So in the afternoon it's different than in the morning. So I need to, with Stuart, we need to go and have a look in the morning if there are spots that we can see that still need sanding. But that's spot sanding, that's like a few minutes. Then one final vacuuming, and after that, what do we do, Stuart?
It's time for Gilboys.
Yes!
Yes.
And this floor will pop unbelievably. And how do we know that? Well, because it's the same oak and the same age that our other room is, which then out of the blue pops. And it's, well, we had that in the Petit Salon as well.
And we really see how beautiful some of the wood is in the rooms.
We've done this now enough times,
right,
that we have a couple of pieces of wood in here where we're really excited about putting the Gilboys on, because it will pop and you see there's amazing grain. And yes, a good chunk of this floor will be covered by a huge rug, which we dragged downstairs. It will be washed, because it deserves to be washed and then dried. And that is where this weather is actually helping us a lot, because a thick rug to wash and dry that during the winter, yeah, that won't work. So, but right now we have the beautiful summer warmth, so that will dry very nicely. And then we'll come in here, and next week, end of next week, we'll actually have already furniture in here.
That's right.
And Stuart is working on the restoration of the bed crown, which we bought over a year ago for this room, because we saw this and we knew, because it's arched in the front, it's really quite regal and a wow factor, and that's going to go over the bed so great. I mean, I'm just, that's really exciting. We have some of the fabrics for this room already, so there will be some major changes. And we have the bed, so we can put the bed up.
That's right.
With the headboard. So that's almost done, all but the fabric for the bed crown itself. Now, did I forget anything, Stuart?
No, and we just have other things that we're going to do some of the final detailing in the bathrooms. Yes,
that's going to be exciting too, because that will change. Well, and then everything, no more paint cans, no more boxes that need to be unpacked and carried downstairs. So all of that will be basically next week wrapped up. Right. It's really exciting. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, subscribe, recommend us to your friends and family, helps us tremendously to grow. So thank you for that. And if you want to support the renovation of the Chateau, you can join us on Patreon. On that note, see you on Friday. Goodbye.
If you enjoyed this video, please use the like feature to let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our Journey to the Chateau YouTube channel if you would like to see more. Once you've subscribed, you can tap the notification bell in order to ring it, which will allow you to receive all notifications from our channel. Thank you.